everybody, and this is Well111, and today we're running some more Retro Trains Live. I think I might have screwed up the camera there. I do. Well, let me check to make sure that I didn't just phone work. Oh wow, the viewer thing's actually updating for once. I don't know how behind that is though, because that's never been accurate before. Okay, so that's kind of a rarity. I've never actually seen it flip one before. Like, I've had viewers and stuff, and that never switches, so I don't know if there's an app update. It probably has been. But yeah, so the first two cars in the contest, stupid Amtrak bucket cars still causes this problem, so I left it off. But like I said, I was gonna stream like last week. I did say I was gonna. I think it was last week or it was the week before. Like, I don't know, the stream might have been off. But then I also have a nice steam locomotive kit. It's partially put together. We need some hex screws and crap to finish it before the riveting happens. I don't actually know where I put the locomotive itself in here. Oh no! Alright, yeah, I'm not gonna show it because it's in. Still way under, like, it's, actually, you know what, screw it, let's show it off. I'll show you actually what I've done on it, which, I mean, I'm waiting on a hex screwdriver to show up, because the one I have is too big. But legit, the only thing I've gotten done, I've gone through like the first 4 steps, but if you guys have any suggestions for riveting, please tell me and stuff. Yeah, because this is all I've done on the 440. Oh, I mean, it's not a lot. It's just getting some of the drivers done. Took a little bit of time, but especially because this is the first Kinston Monowa kit. Let's put that back in this box. I don't know when that's going to actually get done, because riveting will probably be the problem with this, so. We have, like, Bowser kits, too. Like, my dad has a Challenger and a Decapod. And the thing is, we can't build them because we don't have the riveting stuff. So, I mean, if anyone has suggestions for HO models, even though, because I know kits are long gone, except for buildings, which I have been neglecting this. I have this partially put together. I mean, it's only got like some of the walls and stuff, but I do have this, but I'm also waiting to finally upgrade that. That's going to get upgraded. That, I don't even know what the hell I'm going to do. I thought about doing N-scale, but I've just decided not to really do anything with it right now. Besides my 8 trillion things rolling stock and barely anything. Yeah, so I'm just right now, like, because I do have I did pre-order a Kato P42 to try to make this contest work a little bit better, because right now this looks stupid. I mean, I don't mind like the passenger cars as much, because Amtrak rents out and leases rolling stock, not as much anymore, but they still do it, so that doesn't bug me. But I mean, the look, especially the Metro one, like, I mean, right now I have this one doesn't want to work right now. Like, this thing is, I don't know what the hell happened. It was running fine, and then one day it just stopped working. Like, it's something to do with the worm gear gripping problem. Like, I gotta look at the schematics and stuff. And it's probably in one of the drawers, I'm assuming. But it's fine where that schematic went. Yeah, I actually don't know where the schematic went for that. Do I even have a schematic for that one? That's also the good question, because like, I have junk in here, including baseball gloves and a baseball glove. Because I have the Ather one. What the hell's this? It's part of what came with it, but not what. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna look for it now. But, so, I mean, I don't know how. I'm assuming sometime this year there will start to be layout updates, because I'm actually starting to, because I'm, like, the Kato one's probably the last new locomotive until layouts got track and everything down. Because I do have flex track and stuff already on me. Not a lot, but I have some. I have some road, but I have seen a lot more. Come on. Also, I've kind of noticed like it works, but like it seems like that kind of got bent. It's very hard to tell, but looks like over the years it kind of got slightly bent, and I've tried to bend it back to normal, and it just undoes itself. So I have another one switch I used like a couple times, and I pulled it off. It's in decent. It's a lot better in condition. But yeah, the switch isn't as like bent, and doesn't look as worn. But also, these are cheapo Bachmann switches too, from probably 2010. Yeah, because I just need to get, for the BNSF, I just need to get some more. Like, it would work if I put the drive shaft back in right now, but I'm currently not doing that. I mean, I don't think anyone said anything about that right now. The new ratings are going to be, though, because I know the old ones were... Wait, what was my... Because this is a different motor system. Like, I think technically that's rated for, like, 14... Wait, what's this rated for? Because that's for the baggage car. 16 volts. Yeah, right, those were up. That was upgraded. Because my system's a 16-volt DC. Yeah, I don't know if my... Let me look. I don't know where I put it. So this is for the Metra F40, and the F40 is rated for 12 volt DC. Okay, I have not been following that, because this is 16 volt DC I'm using. That's a lie. That's a freaking... Like, I might apply... Because, like, there's been no motor damage at all running on 16. A1, because it's... The power pack's old as crap, too. I mean, this thing is... Is there even a copyright on this thing? Nope. I mean, they still make this power pack, too, so it's really reliable, but... I probably won't be using it on the layout, just because I need the, I want a third port on each power pack, because I'm still doing DC, but I'm gonna do, it's gonna be a 5x8, so a little bit more extension. We'll have a little bit, also be able to have the ability for people to see more trains at once, like, so I'll be going to 2-track, so you can have an inner and an outer loop going. Most likely passenger will be in the outer loop and freight on the end, but it can still be 2 passenger, 2, I mean, I still have some freight cars I needed to fix, but yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get around to that. I still have the steam engines not coming back from lying out, which I might be calling them soon, to figure out where the heck this crap is. Like, I don't know for you guys, so if you're even getting live feed right now, or is it like just buffering? Yeah, please let me know on that one, because if it was buffering when if you're watching this thing live, because obviously I got the chat thing. Like, it's buffering right now, and I mean, like, I'm literally just in a basement. The Wi-Fi router is literally right up above me, so. But it's been buffering all day today, so. I think it's still trying to recover a little bit, because some days it just wants to be sleeping, some days it wants to actually run great. So I've experienced that with the PS4 and stuff, which... VR, I mean, VR is hard to stream though, like, it's super weird. I wish I could see, like, a way to see analytics though, like... Because on this, like, YouTube says 0, but I mean, I'm barely getting a YouTube feed, though, so. So it ain't actually that bad over there. Yeah, I mean, it is dark, but it's appearing quite, I mean, there's that, but. It's also probably me, also this camera is quite terrible. No. So, yeah, we got this thing working again, yay. But, it's more or less, I think now we're going to be building and planning this thing. So my goal is probably more August, I'd say, to get track up and stuff, because I'm going to be busy in the summer. I'm always somewhat busy. But we're talking probably at least a 5x8 here, so we'll be able to run like this consist with ease and not having most of this consist would be on the same like straight track, maybe a little bit off the curve, but I might build a shelf or something too, just to stop locomotives when they're not in use. And rolling stock and one of the stuff I don't want to keep permanently on. But I know the old P42s because I still have like the old model railroaders and stuff when they first came out. All things were only rated for 12 volts. The only difference is though it's the cooling system, because like it depends how they do. They might have fixed that problem by then. Like, what's the copyright on those? Because I don't know when the F40s came out. I thought the last F41 was before, it's like Lot 32 or something. This is the bylaw flow, I'd assume, yeah. Damn it. Even 12 volt on that. But those things were also released years earlier. So, I don't know if that was old ratings and stuff too, because I mean, the new thing, because the baggage cars were just released earlier this year, so 16 volt DC was fairly new back in 2010, like the early 2010s for sure. I don't think it's changed though since. I've heard a couple systems that are a little bit higher, but like at that point, I think the highest is like 20, 22 volt at most. I mean, you really don't need that much power. Like, I'd probably go to the power packs and stuff. I know SMT Mainline has them, but it's the one with the volt current meter on there, because that's just going to be a nice thing to have. And plus, it's got the 3 anyways, so I might put in like a lighting kill switch. Like, I'll probably keep some of the lights separate from the power pack, that way. Like, traffic lights, I know I want to do. I know I want to have like one lit crossing, but I want to be able to control when it's on and when it's off, so it's not constantly going off. Because if I have 2 trains, I mean, if it's one train, it's one thing, but when you have 2 running at the same simultaneous, so one at Waldler's and stuff, the train, the showroom's closed, so like you really can't go see it. But that one is like 3 or 4. You have these, and these things are massive freight trains. Like, I think they're probably 20 or 30 cars on the layouts running, I think, opposite directions, but it's DCC. But I mean, they do shut off, but it's like the timing of it. I think it's like 3 or 4 laps before they shut off for like 2 seconds and they back on again. I only have 2 crossings on that. It's a very big layout and stuff. Actually, last time I was there, it ironically got derailed. Something yanked. The thing is, their track was a little bit dirty, and the engine started stuttering because it was hit a dirty spot at track, and it was doing it multiple times. And I did enough tug where it actually derailed and it caused trains to fall over. Luckily, it was just like the plastic containers, though, like, because I helped them pick them up. But like containers like this, so it's not like it was rail cars or anything. I'll put it back on the repeater. There you go. Yeah, I don't like putting the repeater on. I mean, I do like putting it on the freight cars themselves, but it adds a lot of weight. Okay, it doesn't want to stick like that. Because, I mean, that thing is pure metal, like the base of that thing, instead of it being plastic, it's like this is plastic. Very cheap walls. I think I've spent like, it's mainly one of the, yeah, because that was in the discount pile. If you're always anywhere like near Milwaukee or something, when you have time and stuff, go check out the showroom, because there are a broken section of missing pieces and stuff that's typically not like they won't sell like unless it runs still. It's usually like a missing broken detail or something, smudged paint. I know last time I was there, and there was still a bunch of them, but there was, I think, Canadian National, but they spelled they spelled something wrong on it apparently, and it was like $20 instead of probably like the usual 30. Because I mean that was, but I mean I've seen like Broadway Limited mistakes on there. Like pretty much every mistake somehow ends up at Walder's, I think, just because. And it's only like a small corner of the room. There's like also discontinued stuff over there. But it's kind of nice to be able to get really cheap stuff that's still worth it. I mean, I think this is like $8.99 or something. That thing's originally like 19, almost 20. It's pretty much, I think it's like, yeah, it's about $20, so. $8.99. The only reason why this was discounted is some. Yeah, it's this one right here. This one's missing the shoe to hop on. But yeah, I don't care. They also have cabooses there for like $3.99, but then I mean when you're talking, it isn't worth it just because it's got NMRAs on there. I mean it might be for someone that's looking for Conrail, but there's other things you can get that are probably better. So it's like old box of like Walder's was not like the current ones. Like this product's actually still advertised in the 2020 catalog, but I do want to get because I do have the UPS box car in the truck and everything now. I am going to probably get the UPS store to go along with it. Only makes sense. I'm more going to be doing like, I think the only thing with like buildings itself is going to be mostly like, yeah, the only industries are going to be like the giant yard thing I have an idea of, but because railroad crossing, like, it's either going to be 3 or 4 crossings probably in total. If I can do the 4, it's going to look extremely weird because it's going to be literally a crossing, I think. Either 3 or 4 tracks, depending on how I put it. And if I can time it, like, I want to avoid the main box, if possible, for the cross of that diamond. That way I can control the, like, obviously that would be a pain to power, because you'd have to, well, I mean, technically, I think in theory, because usually I with the Berkshire running on that, but the Berkshire's still up in nowhere land, so. When we get the Berkshire, I probably won't put an update on where the hell that's been for the past while now. Like, I mean, there was a couple, it's only been in a couple videos at this point. Like, the Metro's probably been in the most, along with everything else. Yeah, the Atlas one, the Union Pacific is fairly new. I mean, it's an Atlas, but I got it brand new. It's in the, because my hobby shop, all the used stuff is literally at the front door. And it's like a small cabinet. In all the, there was like nothing wrong. I mean, the only thing you hear is that little like rubbing once in a while, but that's actually just the magnetic coupler on it. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like that raspy little. Yeah, it typically only does it like on the straight itself, but it's typically right after the magnetic coupler hits. The thing is, though, the weird thing is there's actually an oil pocket you have to fill up on the bottom. Okay, yeah, if people didn't realize and stuff, there is, nah, you can't really see it though without me stopping it. But there are, I put in crew figures in that cab a while ago. Spent like $3 on them. Yeah, it's an engineer. The engineer's kind of like rocked up, kind of like looking up at something. Like, I had issues getting them in there because like because I had the ones with legs and everything. They're technically meant for Broadway. Limited timetable sheet or something. Because I know some of the I think the F40s, well, it depends on the model too, because I know the Metro ones, the speedometer's like right in front of you, which, I mean, they're kind of angled that way anyways. Like, they're probably looking like just above it, but they still could be angled like that. So I don't remember how I think their controls are in front though. It depends on I think it depends on the cab model though. Because matches are in Chicago. Surprisingly, F40 still doing locomotive. Amtrak. Yeah, because I wanted to do the P42s before it starts becoming our main stay. Because I think now the manufacturing companies are putting in their last runs because it's the end of the era of the P42s. At least for some of the routes, like I know the routes in like the Midwest, like the Hiawatha, that stuff, that's already been switched, but like the long distance hasn't yet. And I mean, the P42s are going to be around for years still, like because of the efficiency of the P42 and stuff. And I mean, a lot of those are going to. I mean, I assume like some of them are going to go to railroad museums anyways, but. Because I know Illinois Railroad Museum picked up one of the last, whatever the one was before the AC-64. They got one of those locomotives. It's sitting outside though. There's like not. That place has so much rolling stock compared to how many barns they actually have. Like, there's more barns, but they're not done yet and stuff. Like, there's a lot of off-limit stuff still. Like, there's a freight car barn now. Like, a lot of. Because I used to just never have a sign, and now there's a sign. So I think probably, like, something at the end of the decade. And the Chicago Northwestern just wanted to flip off the rails there. Yeah, at some point they're probably going to switch over to... Probably have more bar. Yeah, apparently they also own the farmland across the street. If you know, like, where they turn in just across from that, which is just farmland right now. That's apparently their property. Yeah, there's also been talks about them putting in the roundhouse there once they get the damn money for that. And probably move a lot of the steam equipment out, which will actually open up a lot of space for new locomotives and stuff. I mean, they have a crap ton of rolling, like, locomotives as it is, and if they can put some more of them, which with the new barns and stuff, they were able to. Because some of the locomotives, like, that used to be open to the public were actually moved to the back. Because I know for some reason they were actually working on a snowblower, just getting it repainted and stuff. They moved a lot of the old rusted steam locomotives inside now. Like, with the new, there's more barns now, so there's a lot more space, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Also getting Union Pacific 428 back into operation for the first time since retirement. I mean, it's been in the shop for at least over 10 years now. And there's now, that's the main focus, is getting them ready to go. Okay, I thought my phone said like flashlight was on, but it's on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pay this paper because those are those hobby shops in the area state I live, which is actually a lot. Should make this away from that. Yeah, I might call him the hobby shop I sent my Berkshire to send the line out. Probably tomorrow, just because I want to get on their ass now. Because I mean, I sent that in February. It's June, and there's still stuck there. So I want the thing back. Very ASAP, because that's like the main thing we're in need of. Is steam power. Because like that thing had holding power. Like obviously I wouldn't run it up, but I mean I think there's some other. Like, personally, I think it's just getting replaced. Because that thing is broken. Like, I think from a manufacturer standpoint, like, any steam locomotive I've seen ever made, you never hear the problem of the pilot wheels in the trailing truck popping off the rails randomly, just from moving across, like, little joints. You never hear that. That was happening. It was, like, the springs are loose in those things. Like, those things spring way too much, and there's no friction on them. Like, those things just float. They're supposed to, so meaning there's a weight problem for sure. Where I don't know if that was causing the problem. It's like all the damn weight is literally on those drivers, nothing else. Which, I mean, that's probably a fail in design as well. I mean, okay, I get that it helps tractive effort, but if you have nothing on the either end, and that's why it would derail sometimes, is just because either the pilot would just hit over, and then the rest of the locomotive would just derail with it, or just stop and it starts spinning its damn wheels because it's getting stuck on a curve. Because the pilot wheels aren't, like, all you have to do is put like a little tiny, maybe 2-ounce weight or something. Not enough to like put too much on it, but just enough to hold it down to keep it rolling. Because the pilot wheel is probably the most, especially on a steam locomotive, is like one of the most important wheels on the damn locomotive besides the drivers. Not so much the trailing trucks, but I mean, yeah, that just helps support the boiler. But that's, and also get the rest of the train through the turn. It does help with that too. But I mean, if your pilot wheels aren't turning the way they're supposed to, it's just gonna rip the rest. It won't help the drivers at all navigate. Especially when it's a 284. Like, there's a big engine, a lot of drivers right behind you. Just imagine if it was a 412-2, that would have been a nightmare. Whoa. Like, I think a line-up probably will eventually, because the AHL line did expand again, so they're not, like, I think they're still trying to dabble with it, and I think, like, they have to send it in, and it's going to set them back, but it's probably a good thing that they set it back now than 20 years down the line. And they're like, oh crap, we f***ed up a model 10 years ago. They're crazy. Yeah, I mean, that would be the worst case scenario, but it's probably something easy to fix. But the thing is, it was, I think, the gearbox itself, because it was, like, they tried to merge a diesel motor into a steam engine, and it didn't really work. And also that the drive shaft itself was having lots of issues. It was extremely tight. Like, it was like a piece of plastic was like squeezing those damn gears. So I think it was just all around of a terrible design on that. And Lionel wouldn't release schematics either to manufacturers yet. Like, either they knew something up was up and they didn't tell the public, because I mean that's gonna cause a lot of problems. Because I mean, you should have schematic. Like, if you any model you release, you should have schematics on that model at all times available to the public. Even though, like, I know Lionel likes to be sketchy about it because they don't like people doing their own repairs, but they do eventually release them. I think it's typically like a 3-year mark for the public to get access. Which makes sense, because that's when their warranty period ends. Well, no, it's a year, but they cannot operate. We'll work on it for 3. So yeah, when a model becomes 3, like, is after that 3-year mark, it's like front the lease. They'll do it. So now the Cajon set and stuff wasn't really just displayed until for the first time until Trainfest 2019. So I mean, it's still fairly new. But, I mean, like, okay, a 200, I think, what was the new ones going for? The new ones were going for a lot. That's for sure. But I know Lionel dealers get a lot of a discount though. But they were going for, I think they're asking like $234 or something for them. I mean, okay, it's DCC too, which isn't that bad, but because technically because Lionel only strictly does DCC anymore. Because you can get the remotes and stuff. That's what they want you to do if you have DC. But I mean, those remotes can hold about 3 engines on them. So, which I mean, it's a good value, I guess. But I mean, if you have like 20 Lionel engines, you're gonna have to have a notebook just in writing down numbers on those remotes, so you know like which one is for what locomotives. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end the